Well, Steve, welcome. I wanted to start at the beginning. So, who is Xyratex and who do you help?
We're a data storage leader. I've been in the business 25 years. We have established presence in helping disk drive companies bring disk drives to market in high volume. We are a respected provider of OEM enterprise class storage platforms, storage server platforms to a range of pretty much every brand you can think of, enabling or providing a hardware platform for innovative leading software application platforms. And over the last 2 years or so, we've been evolving the business to provide more value add into solutions, addressing real end user applications, specifically and originally in high performance computing. And over time, we're going to expand that towards big data providers and ultimately cloud providers. Different segments, but ultimately building on our core capability and deep DNA of data storage.
So let's double click on that a little bit. What is your strategy for 2013?
Pretty clear. We're going to continue to invest in our established businesses, helping, innovating in the disk drive sector, innovating and driving our OEM storage business, both of which are sound businesses. I get a lot of discussion about flash is going to kill the disk drive. In reality, they're both very complementary, and I think our presence in that disk drive sector is a key foundation for the business, and is enabling us to provide time to market advantages in our OEM storage business. But as I alluded to earlier, we're going to continue increasing our investment in solutions. We're going to continue investing in a lot more software development in our high performance computing solutions, our cluster store product range, and through the course of this year, broaden that towards addressing the needs of the big data marketplace, and recognizing there's an increasing blurring between those two sectors as users are looking to move big data into high performance computing analysis applications and then back into big data. So the need to provide a seamless platform for us is a very, very compelling and large marketplace as we move forward.
So as CEO, what are the challenges, when you're evolving from something to something, and as far as managing expectations?
Change is always unsettling, right, for anybody in the organization. And I think the message for our organization hasn't really changed, in that it's all about trust, confidence, determination to succeed. And the respect that we've established within the customer base in the disk drive sector and the storage marketplace has come about by delivering truly innovative products and ultimately delivering for the needs of those customers. So that fundamental theme is something we are wanting to continue reinforcing, but recognizing we're bringing a lot of new people, new skills, new talent into the organization to complement that core data storage expertise with a lot more software. And more recently, overlaying that with end user service skills, end user application engineers who are dealing with real end users, which is a different mode, different interaction for Xyratex. And for us, from a senior management standpoint, bringing those new skills into the fold and understanding those values that have got us to the point we are today is very, very key. And I think we've got to reinforce that over and above, clearly, the ongoing technical innovation, which is key for our business. It's all about getting that confidence, respect, determination, courage, and overcoming mountains. Some of the challenges we've had more recently in major HPC installations have been extremely tough. And it's been amazing to see the commitment to overcome what on the face of it are very, very daunting challenges.
So Steve, your face to the world to me is your website, because you deliver your products through these partner/resellers, right? And you've updated, like a rebranding. You basically it's a whole different look with a slightly different tone. Is this reflective of the direction of Xyratex?
Most certainly. The company's evolving. We're expanding our presence into higher value-add solutions. We're accessing a much broader range of customers. As opposed to our traditional OEM relationships, we're now visible to a much, much broader range of international HPC, big data, and starting to think about cloud companies. It's important, therefore, we reflect that change. And the website is a starting point. It provides a framework for us to build on to address the needs of those particular different sectors, which is different, and we should recognize that. And I think the I think customers will welcome the ability for us to communicate much more effectively through that new vehicle.
Okay, as a follow-on to that, Steve, what other parts of your business are evolving to reflect this evolution?
Some quite significant areas. We're becoming a very software-focused organization. The level of development, our focus on open software involvement, our engagements with the open community, OpenSFS is a good example, is bringing another aspect to Xyratex which traditionally we haven't needed, because in fact it was perceived as competing with our OEM customers. Now the rules are changing, the landscape's changing, the whole ecostructure around data storage is changing, and that's allowing us to provide a lot more value add into our solutions, which is being welcomed by the end users that we're addressing. So yes, we're evolving radically, and if I look over the last 18 months or so, the ratio of hardware versus software has fundamentally changed in the company. So we're learning ourselves as an organization how to adopt and how to integrate and optimize software development as a really, really core element of our business going forward.
Now, is there a revenue component to that as well?
Not yet.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
I think the general theme is solutions.
Yeah.
And all of the feedback we're getting from our customers is they're looking for Xyratex to deal with the difficulty of integrating software, hardware, interconnect, networking into a bundle solution that works. So to answer your question, we're not setting out to market software packages as a discrete item. Software is a key fundamental part of our solutions. It's the enabler that creates that hardware, that interconnect work in the application that we're now addressing. So yes, we're generating a lot of revenue out of solutions enabled by core software.
So Steve, when you guys set out to engage with the HPC market, you had your choice probably of a number of other markets that were growing at whatever rates, right? Why did you pick HPC?
It's a good question. We looked at a number of vertical markets, from video imaging or video editing, a number of markets which were very storage hungry. And the reason we were looking at those was ultimately when in our OEM context, our established presence as OEM provider, we recognized that in a number of our customers there were gaps in their product portfolio. And in any of these large organizations, they're looking to try and cover as broad a range of products and solutions as they can. And ultimately we narrowed down on HPC because we could see very distinct gaps in a number of our traditional OEM partners. And bear in mind, this is 2-3 years ago, where we were very concerned about being perceived to be competing with those OEMs. Right? And we recognized there was a very clear glass ceiling that we didn't step beyond to allow our customers to have true value add on top of our platforms. When we looked at the HPC sector, we recognized it was somewhat unique in that the end users were used to doing a lot of work themselves. They expected to have to assemble, integrate different components from different suppliers and spend months getting to work. And as a result, it wasn't a core focus in any one of our major brand partners that we were engaged with. So took a one step at a time approach, started talking to end users, brand new for Xyratex. Let's go talk to some users of HPC and understand what they would like. What are the issues they see today in terms of the solutions they're trying to create? And that took us the first step in our architecture and ultimately some alpha units, which a number of end users were we were thankful they were willing to throw rocks at and try. And that was a huge learning experience for us. And based on that, we then started to talk to our traditional partners, right? Our route to market, our OEM relationships around the concepts of an HPC solution. One that was much easier to use, didn't take months to install and configure, but took days, weeks at the most. And that we sort of see very favorable response, all right, and a receptiveness from those customers to say, okay, that's not threatening. You're not stepping on our toes. It's clearly a growing market, and as a result, we ended up narrowing on that focus and announced that product June 2011. Put Xyratex on the HPC map for the first time with a lot of questions as who's Xyra who, and very quickly built that relationship into securing an OEM relationship with Cray, which I guess was a real vote of confidence on that we've got something here which is attractive to that market space. As we've now moved on, 2 years on from when I first started that journey, it's become, I guess, an increasingly attractive marketplace as big data becomes a natural extension, and HPC starts to become much more mainstream. And HPC is moving rapidly out of the scientific laboratories into industry, into end user applications, oil and gas, videoing. There's HPC applications happening pretty much everywhere we see today. And that's exciting for us. And I think with the success we've had and the technology leadership we have, we're in a great place to address that marketplace.